A cold morning in New York City felt different than usual. Amid the hurried footsteps of workers and the bustle of a city that never truly sleeps, there was a subtle vibration that was hard to explain. Since early dawn, crowds had begun to gather around Rockefeller Center. They came with one shared purpose: to witness a moment that had been awaited for years. And behind all that anticipation, one name kept being spoken with hope: Kim Taehyung. 4 years is not a short time, especially for an artist accustomed to living under the global spotlight. Yet it was precisely within that pause that Taehyung seemed to discover something deeper than mere popularity. Today, he returns, not only as a member of BTS, but as someone who has grown both artistically and personally. When an SUV stopped in front of the iconic building, the once lively atmosphere suddenly shifted. It was as if everyone held their breath in the same moment. The car door slowly opened, and from within emerged a figure they had only glimpsed through rumors and shadows. Taehyung stepped out calmly, unhurried, yet instantly became the center of attention. He wore a cream-colored winter coat that draped perfectly over his frame, creating a silhouette that was both elegant and warm. Against the cold New York air, the color felt both contrasting and soothing, not flashy, yet captivating. A mask covered part of his face, while sunglasses added an air of mystery. Even so, Taehyung's aura remained unmistakably strong. There was something in the way he walked, in the way he carried himself, that made it impossible to look away. If he was once known for his playful charm and unpredictable expressions, there was now a new calmness within him. Every step felt more grounded, more intentional. Taehyung was no longer simply appearing, he was present, and his presence carried a different tone, as if he bore a story that did not need to be spoken aloud. The fans filling the area immediately felt that change. Many fell silent for a moment, trying to process the transformation before them. He was still the Taehyung they knew, yet there was a new layer that made him feel more mature, more profound. The cream color he wore seemed to symbolize this new phase: warm, serene, and graceful. This moment felt even more special because of its perfect timing. Just days earlier, BTS had released their latest album, Arirang, a project described as a reflection of the members' life journeys over the past few years. In the album, Taehyung's vocal color felt richer and more emotional. His deep voice now carried a more mature tone, as if every note held experiences that could not be fabricated. Taehyung's return to New York also held symbolic meaning. The city had witnessed many major milestones in his career with BTS, but this time felt different. This was not just another visit or a routine schedule. It was a reintroduction to the world and perhaps to himself. Public excitement grew even stronger after it was confirmed that BTS would appear on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. This performance was not only important for promotion, but also a symbol of their return to the global stage. And for many, the highlight of the night inevitably centered on Taehyung. Jimmy Fallon himself is known for his warm relationship with BTS, often expressing admiration for the members. This time, public curiosity was even greater. How would Taehyung appear after such a long hiatus? What had changed? And most importantly, how would he express himself in this new era? Inside the studio, the atmosphere was filled with an energy that was hard to describe. Staff moved quickly, ensuring every detail ran perfectly. Yet amid it all, Taehyung appeared relaxed. He walked lightly, occasionally greeting those around him with a gentle smile. There was a warmth in his interactions that made the space feel more alive. His physical transformation also drew attention. His posture seemed more upright, his movements more controlled, yet he retained his signature softness. He appeared stronger, without losing his artistic essence. In fact, it was this very combination that made him even more compelling. When the interview began, the mood shifted into something more relaxed. Jimmy Fallon opened the conversation with his signature humor, and Taehyung responded naturally. Light laughter filled the room at times, but beneath it were reflective moments that revealed his newfound maturity. When asked about his military service, Taehyung answered simply. He did not try to exaggerate the experience, but from the way he spoke, it was clear that the period had deeply impacted his life. He learned about discipline, about camaraderie, and about understanding himself in a different way. In the context of the Arirang album, Taehyung also displayed his increasingly developed artistry. He didn't just sing songs, he brought them to life. Every lyric felt personal, every note carried genuine emotion. Fans who had listened to the album felt the same. This was a more honest, more open version of Taehyung. Outside the studio, armies continued to wait faithfully. They came from different places, carrying the same unwavering hope and love. For them, Taehyung was not just an idol. He was part of their life journey, someone who had accompanied them through various phases. Social media was flooded with reactions. Taehyung's name quickly became a trending topic, with millions of posts discussing his appearance that day. Many praised his outfit, especially the cream coat he wore. The color was seen as a reflection of his current personality, warm, calm, and elegant. But more than that, what truly captured attention was the aura he radiated. Many described him as more at peace, more focused, and more present. He was no longer just the center of attention because of his popularity, but because of his authenticity. As the performance drew near, the atmosphere inside the studio grew more intense. All eyes were fixed on the stage, waiting for the moment the music would begin. And when the lights finally dimmed, there was a feeling that something special was about to happen. Taehyung stood under the spotlight, and in an instant, all doubt disappeared. He didn't need to do anything excessive. Simply by standing there and singing, he captivated everyone in the room. His voice flowed gently yet powerfully, filling the space with emotion that was difficult to describe. This was not just a performance, it was an experience. Every note felt like a story, every lyric like a sincere confession. For fans watching from around the world, this moment felt like a gift. After waiting so long, they could finally see Taehyung doing what he loved again. And more than that, they witnessed how much he had grown. That night was not just about music or performance. It was about a journey, about change, and about how someone can return as a better version of themselves. Taehyung did not try to be who he once was. He chose to be who he is now, and that is what made him so special. As the show ended and the lights began to fade, one thing became clear. This was not the end of a long wait, but the beginning of a new chapter. Taehyung had returned, and he did so in a quiet yet meaningful way. Amid the dazzling world of entertainment that often changes so quickly, the presence of someone like Kim Taehyung serves as a reminder that sincerity and depth still have a place. He doesn't just shine, he warms. And perhaps that is why, on that cold morning in New York, the cream coat he wore felt so fitting. Because like who he is today, the color didn't need to shout to be seen. It simply existed and made everyone feel it.